Sorry, I should have thought about you. Do you want one? They're really good. Trust me, you should try one. Okay, if you don't want to, I'll go back to eating them. In all the adventurous food that I've eaten, there's one that I've been dying to try for a long time, and that is sweetbreads. Sweetbreads are a part of a grouping of meat called offal, O-F-F-A-L. They are the innards, the organs of a slaughtered animal, hearts, kidneys, liver, tripe, all that good stuff. But the sweetbreads are the thymus gland. You can get them from cow, so beef thymus glands, veal, and lamb. You can skewer them and grill them. You can deep fry them. There's a plethora of ways to cook them. I am going to just do a simple preparation. I want to be able to just taste the sweetbreads, nothing else. So I'm going to do just a simple pan fry. To do that, all you need is a few ingredients. The sweetbreads, of course, chicken broth or stock. I'm just using chicken broth. To poach them, you need rice flour. Well, you can use any flour you want. I'm using rice flour because I like the tempura texture, but I'm gluten intolerant, so I can't have tempura batter. You have chicken broth, oil to fry in, and buttermilk to marinate. And the first thing you need to do is poach them in chicken broth. You want to bring chicken broth to a boil, which I am doing right now. When it gets to a rolling boil, you want to turn the temperature down and let it sit for a minute to get to a good poaching temperature. Okay, now that it's at a rolling boil, you want to turn it down, just turn the heat completely off and let it sit for a minute to get to a good poaching temperature. Okay, now that it's at a good poaching point, you're going to poach them off the heat. I'm just going to go ahead and put the sweetbreads in the broth, and once they're in there, just go ahead and let them poach for about 5 minutes. Okay, once the sweetbreads are poached and down to a cool enough temperature to handle, yours may be different than mine. You want to take the sweetbreads and break them apart into about pieces about that size. I'll show you. Probably about that size, maybe a little bigger if you want. Once you have the thymus gland or the sweetbread broken up into small individual pieces, you want to take the buttermilk and pour the buttermilk over the sweetbreads until you have it all covered. And we're just going to marinate these in the buttermilk for an hour to an hour and a half. And just stick them in the fridge and just let them sit and come back when the time's up. Okay, now that the oil's heated to 350 degrees, we can start frying the sweetbreads. I used a candy or deep fry thermometer to keep an eye on the temperature of the oil, and I highly recommend that. Also, one thing to keep in mind is have a wet hand and a dry hand when coating and frying something so you don't mess up the flour. But we're going to go ahead and just drop sweetbreads into the rice flour. And once we get them all in there, we want to get a really good coating. You don't want it to be super thick, but just a consistent coating. So we'll get there and there, and then we'll just toss them in there. Once they're all, see, this is why you use one hand for one for the other. You don't want to get stuff all messed up. So just drop them in there. And you want to just fry them until one side is golden brown. And then once one side gets golden brown, you want to go ahead and flip them. I usually use a spoon. It just makes it easier. And also do keep an eye on the oil, as dropping stuff in there can lower the temperature. Okay, we're starting to get a good golden brown on there. That might take just a little bit longer on that bottom side. Yeah, they're starting to crisp up. I think I can go ahead and flip these. I think I'm not going to get that full good golden brown because I'm using rice flour instead of your typical flours. But stick with canola oil like I'm using because those are the smoke level for... Oh, there we go. That's a good one. That's the way it should look. But canola oil has a higher smoke point than oil, so they're good for frying. Okay, so when you start getting a good golden brown on both sides, kind of like that, want to take them out and place them on a plate with paper towels so that the oil can drain out. And then once you get those out, let me get a few more out here for you guys. You are going to want to season immediately, as quickly as possible. So we'll leave a few of these in here to cook some more, and then I'm going to go ahead and season those. And let those rest for a little bit.
Brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, brown cow.
Okay, they've been drained, they have been salted. I didn't quite get the deeper golden brown that I was hoping for, probably because of the flour I used. But I'm gonna go ahead and taste one. I left one unsalted, so I could just taste the sweetbread itself, and then I will dig into more because I guarantee that will happen. So go ahead and grab one. Oh my God, I've been waiting so long for sweetbread. I'm actually really excited about this, but oh my goodness. Holy crap, guys. It's smooth and creamy. And you got the nice crunch from the frying. Oh, I'm a damn good cook. Oh, sorry. I should have thought about you. Do you want one? They're really good. Trust me, you should try one. Okay, if you don't want to, I'll go back to eating them. Wow. You know what? I have an idea. My roommate didn't like the durian. Maybe he'll like this. Should we go ahead and see if he'll try one? Let's go. Follow me. Want to try sweetbread?
Yeah.
He finished it, unlike the durian.
Yeah, pretty good.
What's your thought about the sweetbread?
Smooth, kind of organy, kind of like if you've ever had like chicken, like fried chicken giblets or something.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you that organy taste, but it's still very smooth. It's still like almost like a dark meat flavor. So I like it.
Well, guys, it looks like we got a good one. Now, I'll tell you this once. Like I said, my father always said it, and Andrew Zimmern says it too, and he's my hero. If it looks good, do eat it. No pit in there,
Okay.
but you can just take a bite off.
Oh god. Oh. So I hate onions.